Welcome to a new fragrance review. Today we're gonna try English Leather by Dana. So, English Leather. This is a cologne splash and not an aftershave. You need to be aware that there's two of them. Now, I'm gonna go with the presentation, but just a little stuff to say before. Someone told me I need to try this because it smells amazing, and I was like, oh, I'll try it in the aftershave, and it's horrible. And the person told me that no, it smells different. So I tried it, and I agree. It does smell different. I tried the aftershave. It smelled a lot of cumin and other bunch of stuff. It was so intense, it don't even make sense, and I didn't want it to keep doing tests on it, and I just threw the bottle away because it was just too much for me, too intense, and it smelled too bad in my opinion. But this one I decided to buy it again, but the fragrance, not the aftershave. So for the presentation, really the same. The bottle, the aftershave, and perfume, it's similar. The only difference is that it says cologne splash here, and the other one I think says aftershave or aftershave splash. I'm not quite sure, but anyway, it's nice little glass and bottle. I'm gonna open the cap for you. I'm not gonna put it too much on the side. You cannot see on top because I'm gonna spill perfume all over my computer. But anyway, box, there's the front. On top there's the Dana logo. It doesn't say Dana like obvious place, and I even saw a place that showed the fragrance like being not from Dana, but it does say Dana here, and there's a logo of Dana. There's a lot of stuff even in the bottom of the bottle says Dana, so it really is fragrance from Dana and not from another brand called English Leather. Now there's a lot of stuff to read on the box, and I enjoy doing this, so if you don't want to have me read it, you can skip for the smelling part. Anyway, beside it says classic, authentically masculine. This rich, sensual scent is a signature fragrance for those bold enough to express their own unique style, wear English leather or wear nothing at all. I like how bold they are, like wear this or wear nothing. There's a little thing that explains at the back the smell. It says vibrant, crisp citruses highlight this full-bodied complex of aromatic woods and mosses. The distinctive leather signature is expertly woven throughout. Now there's notes of the fragrance that I'm gonna say a bit later. Now let's try to smell. Now I'm lucky, this one, the hole is big enough to put the little paper without me having to fold it and do origami and stuff like that, just to be able to do the review. It wasn't said like in the presentation, but the cap is actual wood. It seems like some super expensive wood. I don't know what it is really. Maybe it looks like ash, but it doesn't look like ash at the same time. Must be some random wood that I don't know. That's pretty easy to assume it doesn't come from Quebec, because I know woods that come from Quebec, but not those that come from elsewhere in the world. But somehow, so it looks a little bit like ash, but might be something else that somehow looks like ash. But definitely it's not oak. So, for the smell, there's a lot of citrus, lemon, and lime. I would say lime zest, and bergamot also. Picking up some rosemary. Now I'm not gonna call it really rosemary so much, but it's more linalool actually. Picking up a little bit of like woody notes, mossy notes. That's about it. This is what I'm picking up on paper. Now, when I look at the ingredients, the box and the note of Fragrantica, there is so many things that contradict each other everywhere, so that's gonna be hard to say the notes. But anyway, I'm gonna go on my skin. I was picking up a lot of bergamot in the top notes, a bunch of lemon, a bunch of rosemary, and a little bit of lavender. And for me, it's really linalool that I'm picking up. It's just how it occurs with the other notes. But it's definitely, there's linalool in that fragrance, big enough amount to smell it. I was picking up a little bit of honey, a little bit of iris, and a little bit of orange too. In the heart, I was picking up a lot of musk, considerable amount of rose, a little bit of leather, a little bit of lavender, a little bit of vetiver, a little bit of honey, a little bit of iris, a little bit of tonka bean. In the base notes, I was picking up a good amount of musk, a little bit of leather, a little bit of vetiver, and a little bit of tonka bean. Sadly, I don't remember smelling moss, even though there's moss in the fragrance. It's crazy. There's moss in the fragrance, but don't remember smelling it. Anyway, now I'm gonna do something a bit different than usual with the note breakdown. Production is great. a good 6 feet around me. People were able to smell it. Longevity of it also, it's really amazing, over 12 hours. For the note breakdown, I actually have 3 sources for the note. The first one is Fragrantica, and I know a lot of people don't like Fragrantica for the note breakdown, but I'm still gonna say top notes in Fragrantica are bergamot, lemon, lavender, rosemary, and orange. Heart notes are honey, rose, and iris. Base notes are leather, musk, cedar, vetiver, and tonka bean. Now that might be the notes for the aftershave. I'm not sure. It says nothing about being an aftershave on anything on Fragrantica, just say the fragrance itself. So I don't know. Now at the back of the box, what it says, where you're gonna see it contradicts itself a lot. So it says for the top notes, Italian bergamot and kaffir lime, but in French it says kaffir lemon. Heart notes are leather, oak moss, and vetiver. And the base note are sandalwood, cedarwood, and musk. Now, if I look on the side on the ingredient, I see some stuff there. I see that there's actual moss inside of it. There's something they call Evernia furfuracea, which in parentheses says tree moss, and it says extract afterward, and there's extract of Evernia prunestri, which in parentheses says oak moss, and it kind of goes well with this. I see there's linalool inside of it. I see that there's geraniol also, which will give a note of geranium. I don't see anything in these notes on the back of the box that says geranium. There's rose, which rose is usually an accord of geranium, and something else. I would assume that the rose note that I pick up is from that, but it's not in the box. It's on the ingredients though. For the weird stuff in the box, but yeah, there's coumarin also. And it doesn't say at the back that there's coumarin or tonka bean, which coumarin, by the way, it's an ingredient that's taken from tonka bean. So side of the box, Fragrantica, and the back of the box all seem to contradict each other for the notes. And it's something that I think is really weird. I never seen anything like this. Usually, like the box of the product itself don't contradict itself. But anyway, another little point that's interesting is that there's actual tree moss inside, oak moss inside of the fragrance, which I think it's really great for people that really love fragrance that were not transformed through time or reformulated. I think that's good news. And for the batch code, because I think it might be interesting for you if you're one that want more older fragrance, the batch code is 21296A. Sadly, on Chick Fresh, it doesn't seem like there's information on this batch code or in any batch code by Dana, so I'm gonna let you do your own research if you're really interested knowing more info on this. Anyway, where I would see this fragrance? For me, it's really a business scent. It's a strong masculine fragrance, a bit old school, and it's really what I would see as a business fragrance. And for me, it's really actually a super versatile fragrance. It's thing of that says wear English leather or wear nothing at all. I think it's a bit of a bold statement, but somewhat of an accurate statement. As a dating fragrance, I would not expect this being a good dating fragrance, but my wife absolutely loved the scent. It project like pretty well. I would assume that it would work well as clubbing scent. I don't think it's too intense. I haven't got any bad comment from this projection, so I would assume it goes well also in any other little setup like a restaurant or something like that kind of date. So yeah, again, every other idea you can have from that kind of scent will be a good dating fragrance. Maybe not if you're a teenager, but you know, in your 30s and up would be a great dating fragrance. In the winter summer spectrum, I would say maybe like in between. The smell itself feels like a transitional season kind of scent. Projection also might be a bit intense for summer, and it's a splash on, so it's kind of, I don't know, hard a little bit to control the spray, because it's not a spray. You either put a lot or almost nothing. It's hard to have an in between. If you're used to this, you might be able to pull it off in summer. In winter, I think it will be good also as for transitional season. Maybe not just, it's not as good, but it should work well. Projection is pretty nice, so should be able to cut a little bit through the cold. And as an everyday scent, I think it's something that is, I wouldn't call it mass appealing, but it's something that it's enjoyable by a lot of people. It would be nice as an everyday scent. It's cheap and it lasts the whole day. So it's pretty much all you're really looking for, something cheap that lasts the whole day and that smell kind of nice to make a good everyday scent. So checks all the box. And yeah, it's really one of those rare, truly versatile fragrance. The only bad thing I would have to say with this fragrance is that it's a splash on and it's not really nice to apply fragrance like this. But if you don't mind, or also you could also just buy some random atomizer on eBay or on Amazon, wherever, even get it to some random store, put the fragrance inside of it and use it as a spray fragrance. I mean, nothing really stops you from this. Just then it's not in a bottle. From a collection standpoint, it's not as nice, but it's doable. If you want to use it as a spray, there's a solution for that. But that's the only bad point I can see from this fragrance. Really, it's great, amazing scent. For this price, definitely you should check it out. So, hope you enjoyed the video. If it's the case, well, like and share. And if you're a big fan of English leather, maybe of Dana, tell me what you think of English leather. If you tried one of the flanker and if one's really good, you think I should try it. Same for Dana. There's other fragrance. I think I tried only navy and English leather right now. So if there's one of the fragrance that you think is really amazing and I should give it a try, write it in the comment. So thanks for watching and see you soon.